Why didn't you do anything about it? Because you couldn't, because you're fucking gimp. And aside from that, I mean...
How many millions of times did they say if HOGG ever comes to this game, we're just going to grief him out so fast we're not even going to be able to do anything?
These guys...
How many times did we get killed in 8 months?
Dude, I'm not kidding.
4 or 5?
I don't know, maybe 6, I think. And I think I got killed by some fucking guy with 100 strength when I just logged in. But that was when it was packed. Remember February, January? This motherfucker was packed.
That's right.
In 2009, it was packed, dude.
We both got killed at the Goblin Camp.
Yeah, we got killed at the Goblin Camp.
But that never happened again.
Ever, dude. Remember getting killed at the Trolls? Fucking Trolls were packed. Fucking, you know what I mean? And now, dude, you can probably go to the Trolls all fucking day and you pray for someone to come rape you just so you know you're not playing a solo online game, dude. You might as well just be playing at your house with no internet connection. Fucking, dude, your game is such a piece of shit, man. See, you don't get it. It's like we said a year ago, before we even played the fucking game. This game it's not going to make it because the player base is going to fuck it up. That means you stupid gimp. It's inevitable. You can't fucking survive. I mean, a game can't survive like that. A full PK, PvP fucking world, harsh environment. No safe places and shit except for those towers and shit. Dude, that's never gonna work, man. It's never gonna work. You know why? Because you guys are soft. Gimps are soft nowadays, man. Now, you might have some older guys that, macroed or whatever, but you kill these guys. Dude, I would kill these guys. Even players that thought they were good, these veteran guys, I'd fucking kill them and they would log out. They wouldn't say a fucking word. They wouldn't come back for a few days, dude. So how in the fuck are you going to have a harsh environment with soft fucking player base? It's never going to work. I mean, I'm just trying to throw it out there, a little wisdom for you stupid gimps. You see a game and you're like, oh, man, open litter box and fucking crazy PvE. I love this game. And, oh, man, I'm going to jump around and fucking laser eye you and fucking hit 5 buttons and hit you with a bunch of instas and shit, raise. Oh, it's going to be great. Dude, you're going to do that 1 or 2 times, and that guy is not going to come back until he's macroed for 3 months and he can compete against you, dude. And by that time, even after he macros and comes back and can compete, he dies 1 more time, he ain't coming back. So there you go. So you should just stick to if you're going to play a PvE game, Darkfall is the best PvE game I've ever played. Wouldn't you say, Thor? That was the best PvE. Great AI, right? Mobs want to live.
It really is.
It is a pure PvE game. It is the best PvE game. Darkfall is PvE.
Dude, it's so good. You don't even need any quests. There's no quests at all in that entire game.
Fuck, dude. There's mobs all over. Just pick one and just have a grand old time, dude. But if you want a PvP, dude, this is not the game. This is... Holy shit, dude. This is not a PvP. Darkfall is a PvE game, dude. You versus mobs. If you like that, you're going to love the game. And it would have if the Gimps had the truth and they really knew that it was a PvE game, the game would be packed. It would have way more population than it does now,
yeah.
but it has this it's a misnomer. They think that this is, oh man, PvP, and I'm going to log in this harsh world. I'm going to just try to make my way. Dude, you're so fucking gimp. You're going to come in, they're going to kill a goblin, grab a hatchet, and if I wasn't in the game, no one would fuck with you, dude. You're never going to die. Unless you're just really stupid. You can PvE. How about this, Thor? You can PvE 20 feet from a fucking tower in the town that I was in. How are you going to die to PvP when there's there's a tower right there? It always blew my mind that these gimps would die to PvP. And then do we even need to go into the here's another thing. Load lag. Is it even possible for you to die to somebody when you feel them before you even see them? No, it's not. I would sit there and I would feel these gimps come. I just back up 2 feet, by the tower, wait, look on top of this rock that was right there, and I would see all these gimps coming in trying to be fucking sneaky gimp, and I would just laugh at them and I'd watch them. They'd come up, they'd see me at the tower, they rode 30 or 45 minutes to come fucking teach me a lesson. I'm sitting there, they leave, I go back to griefing gimps. When they come back, I feel them again, I go back up on the rock, I look, I'm like, okay, it's 2 more stupid gimps, let's just wait a minute, they'll get tired. They come, they shoot me a few times, I just sit there, they leave, and I just repeat that all day. I don't see how you could die in that game. Did you ever,
Dude, you would think that in a game that's supposed to boast having 10,000 players online at a time, which it would never had, you'd think they'd be able to make it.
I saw 10 people in that game, right? 10 in one town.
Oh, I know. I haven't seen 10 people on my screen in that game in so long. But I'm saying, if they it's supposed to have 10,000 players, you'd think they could at least make it to where you don't lag every time a single player comes into your view range. But they can't.
One guy on a mount, dude. And you're like, and what did we always say? Hey, someone's coming. Let's just get up on the rock. Get up on the rock. And then it was up to us if we wanted to kill him or not. But we're not there for that, so we just let him come. It was
always a choice.
Yeah, always.
Dying was always a choice. Always. There's never, oh, God, this guy came out of nowhere, we're going to die.
Always a choice. You choose
always.
If you want to die or not. You choose if you want to engage. Every single time I chose if I wanted to engage or sit on the rock. Now, is that a hardcore PvP game? I know. Am I supposed to be able to fucking choose when I want to fight? That's not open world to me, dude. Fucking open world, dude.
I don't feel any risk in an environment like that.
Bro, there's no fucking risk, dude. I'd run around with fucking, after GIMP, fucking with GIMPs all day. I'd have all kinds of stupid, like, lens spars, some shit. I don't know. I'd have 10 of each of those fucking rare stones. I just have them on me because I could feel someone coming. I'd be like, I'll bank tonight when I log out. I'll just get on the rock, let them come shoot me a few times. They leave. I just go back down, keep gimping, just keep fucking with gimps because there's not one chance that I could ever lose any of my, those rare resources. I mean, I had armor crafter guys, pretty cool guy that would make all my stuff. And what his name was, like Waya Skinwalker or something. Really, really good guy. Just give him the shit. He would always say the same thing to me. How do you have so much of this shit? And I would say, dude, I would get it all day off these fucking gimps, and I would just sit on the rock, and I would never, ever bank it because there's no risk. There's no risk in Darkfall. If you don't want to die or you don't want to engage, just none. You feel someone coming, and if you're in the middle of nowhere, if you're that stupid, which I would never do that because, I'm not there to play the game. I was there to grief gimps. So in my case, I would just, walk 10 feet up to this rock, and I would, and that's it. And I would be done. But if you were a gimp that was actually playing this game, and you're in a dungeon or something far away or out in the middle of the map, all you do is what, Thor? Get on your fucking mount and ride right when you feel the fucking lag, or you probably even have enough time to fucking port out. That's how gimp it is. So if you die in that game, it's because you're watching ESPN or something. Well, that's what we'd be. I don't know what gimps watch, Sesame Street or some shit. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you're not playing the game because there's no fucking chance you could get killed in that game. There's no fucking chance.
Dude, what about this? You didn't even think about this. The gimps are in guilds. They're in clans of hundreds of other gimps, dude. And they step maybe like 10 feet outside their keep and they kill mobs. They don't leave their keeps. And they have friends that protect them and the towers and their keeps to protect them and all that. And they each have their own dungeons. If you have a clan with a city next to a dungeon, then you practically own that dungeon and you can just kill in there all day long. We didn't have that, and we still had zero risk.
None. Another thing is, I'm glad that you said that, brought that up, is we went out a few nights, we made some videos, and they were some boring-ass videos because your game is a piece of shit. We would go to people's little fucking hamlets or mini-cities or whatever the fuck you gimps call them, and we would go out with those hand grenade things, and we would fucking battle spike or some shit, and we would blow up their fucking little tree thing or their little fucking steed grass thing or what. We would blow those up just to see if anyone would come, and no one ever came. No one ever came.
Never.
So we stopped doing it. I mean, we would blow up people's portals, and you gimps in your guilds, you know who they are. I mean, we blew all your fucking portals up for weeks on end, and no one cared. No one came. No one cared. No one. I mean, it's just a most gimp fucking game we played, man. It's like if you don't like PvE, you're not going to stay logged in, man. And I think most players come in. I've seen it countless times in the town. Hey, how do I PvP? Where's the hotspot? Where do I go? And they're just like, dude, you want to meet me somewhere, and I'll let you hit me 10 times, and I'll still kill you, and then you can see how much of a fucking PvE you got ahead of you, and they'd be like, what? And I'd take them out in the middle of nowhere, and I'd let them hit me, Thor, and I'd say, all right, are you done? And then I'd just 3-shot them. Dead. 4-shot them, whatever. And then I'd say, all right, welcome to Darkfall. And like, dude, and they would say, man, and I say, no. I'm not better than you, dude. I've killed 10,000 fucking mobs, dude. You've killed nothing. I have more PvE kills than you. There's no way you can beat me. And they would say, man, this is a fucked up game. And I'd say, yeah, hey, you wanna play? I'll take you to a dungeon or something. Now, of course, I would never take a fucking gimp to a dungeon. You know what I mean? They'd say, no, thanks, and they'd log out. And I'd write their name down. Boom, gone. Another one gone. And that number got up to 1,072. And then, of course, I would go around and swimming or harvesting or fishing or anything you stupid gimps like to do. I mean, all of those things were off limits. I mean, those were violations in my town, and I would report every single time. And that's one thing that I did want to bring up, and I did post it on our forums. The Darkfall GMs are the best of any game I've ever seen. They are the most attentive. I mean, I would report all day long. All day long in the beginning, like in February, March, I would report people all day. And within 10 minutes, they'd be kicked out of the game. And back then, they would actually give them, some kind of warning or something in the email. And then eventually, towards the end, in August, I had reported so many times. I mean, these GMs knew me. And they would say, hey, who, what's going on, Six Drum? And I would say, well, I've got a few people violating the rules of my town. And they wouldn't say anything. And they would port right to me, and they would kick them out. And they didn't violate them anymore. And so that's why I started drowning them a little bit every now and then. I made a few videos. And, I made a few adjustments once I saw that all they're doing is kicking them out. But at the minimum, I would have them kicked out. And I really enjoyed that. It really did make me feel good inside to know that some guy, you know what I mean? And then towards the end, they started getting, like my last video, they started getting a little innovative with the macros, and they would swim in a circle or like in a figure 8. So I'd have to go out there and drown them and all that, and it would be, it'd be take a little more work, but same satisfaction after that. But I don't know. I just wanted to say that because I had reported 1,072 players, and I wrote all their names down. So I know exactly how many and who I reported and if they play anymore. And they didn't come back, man. And eventually my town was a ghost town. And that's all we were there for. And that's what these gimps really didn't understand. We were just there to kill the population as it entered the game. And that they could never get that in their heads, Thor. So I just wanted to say that.
The trauma of entering that game in the first place is horrible. Absolutely horrible. The UI is horrible. The music makes you want to just rip your ears off. The graphics are horrible. But if you add our grief on to all that grief you're already getting from the game because it's so bad, the game will not last. And they did. Do you hate the feeling of tears constantly streaming down your face? Are you tired of buying endless amounts of tissues to clean up after your slobbering gimpness? Hi, HOGG here. If you're not like me, you may get griefed a lot. That's why I'm going to tell you about the Griefer Towel. This durable towel is made from 0% gimpness, but can absorb and hold over 2 gallons of gimp's tears. So next time you get griefed, wipe away the tears with the Griefer Towel. Now available at allergictogimp.com.
All right, well, I think our listeners got the gist of what we were trying to convey to them about our Darkfall experience in the last days of our Darkfall experience. Those days are gone, and now we're gonna move on to a game that we visited a year ago. As I said in the intro, Champions Online. There's been 10 expansions.